The old clock tower chimed, signaling 5 minutes to midnight. Amelia nervously adjusted her scarf, her heart pounding. Across the dimly lit square, Thomas approached, his face etched with worry. They had met here every night for a week, exchanging only a few words. Tonight was different. Amelia held a small, worn book, its pages filled with secrets. Thomas had asked her to share it, a burden she had carried alone for years. She hesitated, the weight of the book feeling heavier in her hands. "Are you sure?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. Thomas nodded, his eyes filled with a mixture of hope and fear. He extended his hand, and Amelia placed the book in his palm. The moment their fingers touched, a strange sense of calm washed over her. Thomas opened the book, his eyes scanning the ancient script. He looked up at Amelia, a mixture of understanding and shock on his face. "I see," he said softly. He closed the book and handed it back to Amelia. "Thank you for trusting me," he added. They stood in silence for a moment, the weight of the secret now shared between them. Amelia looked up at the clock tower, the chimes now silent. She felt lighter, as if a great burden had been lifted. The night air was cool, but she felt a warmth spreading through her. They smiled at each other, a silent promise of shared responsibility. Thomas turned and began to walk away, then he turned back and with a small smile, nodded to her. She then walked in the opposite direction, her heart filled with a strange sense of peace. The secret was still there, but now it was a bond, not a burden. They both knew that this was just the beginning.